students, so we are on day 2 of using our Wonders Anthology books. You should have all your graphic organizer papers just inside from yesterday, from our story yesterday. We started reading Big Ideas from Nature. This is a nonfiction story. So we were really focusing on our nonfiction features. And then we were also talking about main idea and key details. So you need to be on 264 today. We are going to work on a little bit more together, and then I'm going to send you off to read the rest of the story and answer the questions on your own. Okay, so we're on page 264, and they are wanting us to read those pages and come up with the supporting details. I'm going to do one with you. You're going to do the other one by yourself. Okay, so let's go ahead and read 264 and 265 together, and then we'll go from there. All right, does anybody remember what nonfiction text feature this is up here? Remember, it's a title for the paragraph we're about to read. It's not called a title though. Do you remember? I'm going to give you a hint. You should be yelling it to me. That is a heading. The heading is going to give us an idea about what we're reading. Tunnel makers. Okay. There are some other nonfiction text features on this page. We have photographs. We have that sentence or two that explains the photograph. Do you remember what that's called? A caption. And then over here, we have some labels. So we can see, and I know mine's a little blurry for you, but you should be able to see it in yours. We've got the shipworm and then the shipworm's tunnel. So I'm going to infer that tunnel makers is going to be about these shipworms. And remember, our main idea is how all of these things, big ideas from nature, how lots of inventors are inspired by nature. And through that, they are able to create and invent things. Okay? All right, so let's read together. More than 200 years ago, an engineer was trying to drill a tunnel under a river, but each attempt failed. The walls kept falling in. Then he saw how shipworms, here we go, down at the bottom, bored through wood. The animal uses a tough shield to drill. Then it builds a hard tube along the tunnel wall. What a great idea. The engineer copied the shipworm to build the Thomas Tunnel. As he drilled, workers lined the tunnel walls with bricks. So here we go. I love nonfiction books because they have lots of photographs. So they really give you an idea about what they're talking about. So here is a photograph. This is the idea. Remember, the shipworms were the inspiration. Shipworms and tunnel builders needed a way to drill safely through wood or rock safely. Needed a way to drill through wood or rock safely. So here you go. So they would drill it and then they would line it with what? Do you remember? Brick. Okay. And then let's go ahead and read our next one. Here's our inspiration. Here's our idea. Just through the photograph, I am very confused. Are you? Let's read the caption and see if we can help get a better idea. Sticky gecko feet gave doctors, sorry, it's blurry now. Make sure you're reading it on your paper or your book. Gave doctors an idea for a super sticky bandage. Interesting. Let me get this focused for you guys. There we go. That seems a little better. All right. Mixing new materials. Our next what? Heading. Tiny hairs on gecko's foot help it climb walls. It can cling to ceilings too. Scientists studied gecko feet to create a bandage with bumps. The bandage is so sticky that it can even attach wet surfaces, like a human heart. Wow, that is pretty cool. All right, so if we are looking at page 264 and 265, we are on number 3 in our foldable. Write 2 details to support the following idea. An engineer copied the shipworm to build the Thames tunnel. All right, what were the details? What supporting details go with that? So how, all right, guys, it's like so blurry. Is that better? All right. So what are some details that support that? So when we go back and we look at tunnel makers, reread it in your head while I read it aloud. More than 200 years ago, an engineer was trying to drill a tunnel under a river, but each attempt failed. The walls kept falling in. Then he saw how shipworms bored through wood. The animals use a tough shield to drill. Then it builds a hard tube along the tunnel walls. What a great idea. The engineer copied the shipworm to build the Thames tunnel. As he drilled, workers lined the tunnel walls with bricks. So if he copied it, what's the proof? What can we write here? We're going to do one together. You're going to post the other one. Okay, so go ahead and put a star next to that because you're going to need to come up with your supporting detail, your second key detail. So he copied the tunnel, the shipworms, he copied the way the shipworms build. Okay, well, let's see. Shipworms bored through wood and used a tough shield to drill. Then it builds a hard tube along the tunnel walls. Okay, are those some key details? The shipworm uses a tough shield to drill. And then what? And then builds a hard tube along the wall. You know what? I think I'm going to maybe do this one with you because this one is a little tricky. So then let's think of another detail. How did the inventor copy it? How did his workers copy it? What did they do? As he drilled, workers lined the tunnel walls with bricks. So workers drilled, then lined the tunnel with bricks. All right, so this is not your discussion post. I actually want you to do this one, cause and effect. So you're going to do the cause and effect on your own. Geckos have tiny hairs on their feet. So remember, because geckos have tiny hairs on their feet, what happened? Okay, remember that up here, it tells you what pages to reread and look through. So you are going to do that one on your own. You should have also printed out the second page. You are going to keep reading the story. You are going to read page 266.
All third grade, please make sure you send your picture kids down to the front foyer, please.
And you are going to read 267. And you are going to answer all of 4 and all of 5. Okay, you're going to do that on your own. So the other discussion post is, what is the main idea for this one? Circle the main idea. So you can say A, B, or C. go ahead and write that A, B, or C. So after you read page 267, you'll figure out the main idea, A, B, or C, and you will post that into your discussion post. You will also be posting the cause and effect for number 3. I will have all those directions up there for you on Schoology, but make sure you are doing 3, 4, and 5. Okay, guys? All right. Have a good day. Share some of those interesting inspirations of nature and the creations with your parents. I bet they don't know many of those. All right. Have a great day. Bye.